Yes, hello. Um, I started this video with one thing in mind. This is a warning for those who want to pursue any further into indigenous rights, whether you be educated or uneducated. Um, reason I say this is because personally speaking, I've seen things be completely well terrible. Like I've seen people like hurt each other. I've seen people hurt others. I've seen people do these things just because when it comes to indigenous rights, for some reason, people seem to look the other way. And those who know that take advantage of it. So this is a warning. I'm just going to let you know straight up. You know, this is not a game. Like, in my personal opinion, many of the people that are over here doing things, uh, like against indigenous rights, their beliefs are contradicted by our existence alone. So they target us and they do all kinds of things with the land. They do all kinds of things with people. Uh, but the influence that you may gain doing things for indigenous rights, is irrelevant because it's indigenous rights and you got to be able to help people. But there is a negative aspect to it. As soon as you step out and as soon as you say that you care, believe it or not, a good majority of white Americans will find you, from what I had found out, and they will try to call you a rat because you know how it is that they are messing up. So, with that being said, there's the understandings that sometimes they'll follow you home, sometimes they'll stalk you from a distance, sometimes they'll literally want to use your ideas just to piss you off. And it only gets worse the more and more you go because these people think that their means of living is like God or something. Like it is the only way or something. Like you're supposed to follow the only way of living is what these people force even other peoples to learn. Like it's not a tool. It's not something you can eat from or learn from at that point. It's more like I'm better than you. I have the law on my side. I have all these things. You better learn how to use them. And when you really start looking at things like this, the more and more you'll be targeted. Not just by white people, even too. There are plenty of people out there sold out by this system that's selling land it doesn't own, that's using people they don't even know, and that's being fucking used even without those two fucking things uh to be sold to millions of people upon billions of people for talking generational fucking shit. But it's out there, and as soon as you speak out against it, I'm sorry to say, people will find you. People will find you and they will fuck you. They go after your immediate family. They go after the things you use as strengths. They go after your fucking hobbies. They go after your fucking the things you want to do in life, and they fuck them up. They legitimately fuck them up, or they make it seem like you could never possess any ability to them. So it's like they try to separate you from that shit. And that's just from fucking acknowledging that this stuff is wrong. Because then that's not even going into the other stuff I hear they fucking. And it's sad because, like, I don't know if I mentioned it once before, but yeah, they'll infect you with diseases. They'll have your kids. They'll fucking, they'll become your best friend and want to know exactly where it is and how it is that you're doing things just so they can fucking betray you in the end. Like, this stuff is not a fucking game. Like, the only main reason I'm here is by pure luck. The fact is that fucking I'm even here is astounding to me. Like, really, because I was supposed to have died at some point. These fuckers wanted me dead. Like, and it was all because I knew that how it is that they get their strengths is wrong. It's fucked up. They have to whip people. They have to lie to people. They have to manipulate and mess with people just to get the things that they want. Is that right? Well, with that kind of opinion, those people who are guilty of those things might try to say there's not a right way of doing anything, which they'd be right, but still, when it comes to people, it's a different understanding. And if you don't know that, well, move out of the way. So, this is a warning. This is a straight warning. If you're going to work for indigenous rights, just know you need to play things anonymously. Because if your name is out there, people will find you. And it's harder than you think. Because these white people, these greedy white people, not all white people, but there are these greedy white people out there who ran their mouth to anyone who would listen about how scary us natives are. And guess what? Now they have a bias towards us with just that. So, like I said, it's not just white people. It'll be a lot of different people. They'll try to make it seem like all the strengths you have are just something they can use and utilize and manipulate right in front of you to make it look like you can't do anything. Um, what else? Let's see. Because if you just know too much and you're going in straight and hard like I did, they'll want to kill you. That's the thing. They'll want to kill you. Like they'll try to get all their shit involved. They'll try to get all these people involved, all this dumb shit, just to try to act like their shit is justified. Even so, I'm not trying to be discouraging. I'm not trying to tell you at any point, this is like a fucking action movie or something, but it can be like that. And if you're not willing to find the answers as to why things are like this here in this place, because you genuinely care about people, then stop. Don't pursue it. It's gonna be a terrible fucking thing for you. In fact, it may even fucking like end you with what it is I fucking know. But what it is that I know is not shit that's generally known. It's not mainstream. We don't all get our fucking news from one place. We don't all see things one way. We all have to look at things differently, even through different perspectives, in order to really understand something. And even then, it's only in support to what it is that we'd understand at that point. So please reconsider if you know what's good for you. Because if not, and you're ready to even fucking fight people at gunpoint every other day, and you're ready to fucking, deal with cops who could fucking end you at any point, being that you're detained and under their fucking power and authority, or do you like to fucking watch feds try to fuck with your head because they want to be perceived as always being right? Be my guest. Other than that, it's not a fucking fun thing. You will either break or, you know, you have something there that you can utilize. Because if you don't, you're going to be all over the fucking place. You won't know who's right from who is wrong. And you'll be used as like a plot device to say that there's more emphasis towards the worst having their ability in those kinds of situations. A liability, if you will. So again, and I'll be the person to tell you, to let you know. Because to me, the fact that they get oil and resources from all indigenous fucking sources to oppress black people, white people, all these people, even people overseas, and all this fucked up shit. And where the fuckers have to end up taking the fucking fall for it because all our money goes into fucking war and shit just because they don't allow us to even have our own opinion, being that somehow we're states to the wards to the fucking state, whatever the fuck that means, considering we have to go through them to do what we want for some fucking reason, don't fucking do it. If it's that scary for you, don't do it. It's, you'll be setting yourself up for failure. You're better off fucking acting like you fucking care. Try to fucking get by compared to someone like me who has to fucking get messed with in order to even know why. It's not a fun thing. Fact is, it's hard. It's really hard. They try to make you look crazy. Like they'll fucking do things from a distance and get your attention in different ways, different things. So it makes you look crazy, like flickering lights. Because if you were to say flickering lights were there, you're crazy. So it's definitely the slightest touch of how it is they're approaching these things. It makes me think like, it's almost like a hitman kind of mentality where they just go in and they want to fucking isolate and control and kill. But the thing is, I'm aware of that. So, and you don't need to have a leader to know what it is that you want or to know what it is that you need. You don't need that because why? You are your own leader. You're capable of creating those decisions for yourself and leading that person that you need to know the most, and that is yourself. And that's one concept they wouldn't allow anyone to know out of all of this. Is that we all have something to say, we all have an opinion, we all are our own leaders. But you look how these people are setting shit up. Like if you don't believe me to fucking quit, let me give you an explanation here. They want you to believe in something so much outside of yourself before you can even understand what's good and what's wrong for yourself and feel compelled about it to where it's like a drug, even. Your brain just gets rewired to thinking that you gotta only support someone else and their ideas. And that don't sound scary at the surface. You should see how it looks. It's not that simple to fucking figure out. So for me, you know, obviously you do whatever the fuck you want, but if you're in the way and I see you there, I'm not gonna hesitate. You would have heard it from me already. Fact is, there's a fucker trying to eat me right now. And you fuckers are just okay with it. You see it. You see how he labels it Indian being meat. Meat, that fucking breedable fucking meat that you can always fucking go to that says how much of a fucking whatever it is on a piece of paper, like fucking meat. Like meat being fucking laid out on a fucking, chart for fucking whatever the fuck. You guys, people you see it, but you don't fucking care. That's the thing. You just don't. And it's because a lot of you depend on a system that's telling you things that they're there for you. That genuinely, even how it is the law has even worked for you as an individual was probably a good thing. But the thing is, my research has proven that we're being involuntarily identified by the law as being American Indian. And they don't know why. They'll know you're doing something wrong, but when you're an American Indian, that's it. They just don't fucking know. So, like I said, if you think this shit sounds easy, be my guest. I can't be the one to control another person and tell them how to be. Except when it tries to challenge, not only challenge me and my fucking faculties, but like when it harms me, really. And the word Indian does. It harms me. Mentally, physically, emotionally. Shit. But, that's because I'm carrying it upon myself to know that it's fucking wrong. Because it is wrong. And it's not just something I can easily turn off from either. Because I understand it for myself. I don't need to be told these fucking things. You people obviously need to be fucking told. It's like you got a fucking diaper and fucking you allow someone else to come in and know your shit. Someone just refuses to fucking grow out of diapers for some fucking reason. So it's like if you obviously like people doing shit for you and it's a sad fact, you wouldn't do anything. And then it goes head in hand with what it is I'm saying, right? If you're too scared of fucking living that kind of life, don't do anything at all. And it's sad because it's a double negative. But guess what? For me, it's either do this or die as someone else, an Indian, someone from India that fucking, I don't know. I don't know what kind of person. The poorest person from India is probably where the fuck I would be. Because I don't know where the fuck any of that shit is. I don't know who these people are. I hate having to refer to myself as something that resembles what these people could be and shit when I don't even know what the fuck it is. And then being seen as incompetent by the federal government but for acknowledging something they want me to acknowledge. Fuck that. This is all corporate fucking shit. They're coming in and taking resources. They're taking people. There's human trafficking going on. There's lots of shit that's being open to fuckers who don't give a shit. And guess what? It all comes down to your fucking government, your American government. You allow people to come in here who, with the promise of being all you can be, without ever really realizing their beliefs are fucked up. They're really fucked up. They don't acknowledge that there's shit outside of what they know. They want full control over people. They want fucking violence when they don't get their fucking way. They want fear. So they get their fucking way. And you allow these fuckers to come in and do this shit. I mean, if you're truly American, you understand you're not even from this land. That there are things that fucking diseases and shit that would probably fucking kill you like it did fucking the old Indians that you would have known of back in those days. You would know that. You would know you really don't belong here. And to be here is a fucking gift. It's a gift. Chances are you could have even died at birth. Like I said, these people, they're not nice. They're really not nice. Um, they'll even use the oppression of people who are oppressed against you. It wasn't the first time. I had several women run up to me and tell me my pain was irrelevant because women's rights are more fucking important. Or a fucking African running up to me and saying that nothing is fucking important until I'm fucking important. Well, what about me, motherfucker? I'm not even fucking here. Who the fuck is this Indian that they fucking speak of? That they acknowledge at the highest levels of fucking authority in this country, for fuck's sake? And the thing is, if my anger scares you, it should. Because I'm not responsible for how it is you perceive me. So when you take the fall for an Indian, it won't be an Indian or me that's going to take the fall for you. You're the fucker who allowed it for too long. It's asinine. You shouldn't acknowledge this shit. If you can hear our bowels from fucking space, you can flicker lights, you can do fucking Wi-Fi hacking, you can do all this shit, but you can't realize. Even when that logic is there, when you need all those zeros and ones in that specific format to really understand shit, you still can't understand I'm not a fucking Indian. So, like I said, the shit sounds ridiculous because it is. And for me, I kind of believe that white people enslaved their own as well. That what we're seeing is probably the outcome of how even a slave would perceive things, even after they're not a slave anymore. They probably think that being a slave is normal, even how it is they perceive things. That's where I believe these white people to be, at least the ones that are worth saving. Because I can't even determine whether or not there is someone that's worth saving from isn't. I really can't. But there's one thing I do factor in, and that the fact is, there are some fuckers who are forced, who are being dragged along in this fucking bullshit. And for me, it's as easy as fucking Indians. But to others, it's fucking rocket science. Because they're already trying to say, hey, okay, in science, we understand climate change is real. Okay, we understand we all come from monkeys. Okay, we understand that fucking the evolution is the absolute truth, even. Fucking without just even questioning or nothing. And that's just how it is. And this is how it is. And we're always right. We have institutions, museums, fucking all this shit now. No, we don't care if it was fucking built on top of Indian burial grounds. No, we don't care. The only information we got from these people is fucking all the things we could find off their dead bodies. No, we don't care that fucking we're being wrong in saying the same fucking word since 300 years ago without ever giving a shit because it's a convenient nigger word for us. Now fucking say it. Fuck you guys. How do you know it isn't in comparison to that fucking word since it's 300 years fucking old anyway? How do you know? How do you know it's not the same? How can you know? The fact is, it's still fucking there. Should see how they fucking say it in anthropology. You got your fucking cave Indian, you got your fucking tree Indian, your bush Indian, your river Indian, your swamp Indian. It's like fucking like a fucking Pokemon. Where the fuck are you people? I'm a fucking person. And I don't need your fucking encouragement. I don't fucking need your approval or nothing. Fuck you. I don't even know who the fuck you be. It's part of some bullshit that believes you're better than everyone else. And guess what? It wouldn't be the first time either. Whether it be because you think your skin color is better, like being white or black, by the way. So again, if you think this shit is easy, you think this shit is normal, be my guest. But if you're in the way, I'll find you. And I won't care. Because it'll either be you or me. And that isn't a threat. That's a promise. All I gotta do is fucking do an action with an outcome. And your ass is gone. I don't need to care then. About you or your fucking Indians. And guess what? Maybe I can actually live my fucking life. Maybe I can be seen as not a fucking breedable thing. Because black people don't have a piece of paper that says how much of a black person's being bred out of them. White people don't have a piece of paper that says how much of a white person's being bred out of them. Women don't have a piece of paper that says how much of a woman's being bred out of them. None of that fucking shit is there. It's only there for us. Do you see how fucked up this is? This is like human trafficking on a fucking bigger level. Making your fucking shit believe that it's okay. I don't know who these fuckers are. They don't speak any of our languages. They don't even try. The ones that do are already fucking half breeds. They don't even give a shit about them. They figure already a lost cause. That's how they'd even put it. So again, I mean, this has got to be my final warning for this kind of shit. So obviously, I won't give a shit. Trust me, the only main reason I'm here is because I'm a perspective that sits outside of that bullshit. And that's why my perspective is acknowledged. Because then what? You only have perspectives from the inside looking out. And what does that look like? Oh, yeah, that's right. All your fucking stereotypes and all the dumb bullshit that you wrap your mind around and even get fuckers used to. And guess what? When it's that far in, when I already put fucking measures on this, when it's that far in and no one actually cares, I'm gonna do what I want. Because that's if right now, being that I'm fucking getting my information from cops and not fucking hearsay, motherfucker, we can take you over, motherfucker. We're actually fuckers that give a shit compared to a little fuck like you. And that's what you're scared of. You're scared of it. You're scared to know that even as big as you thought you fucking were, you're just shit. You're just fucking shit. And you do not give a shit whether or not you're someone else's bitch or nothing. When you act and even get in other fuckers' faces like you aren't someone's fucking bitch. Then you talk a lot of shit. And you think being physically violent is the first way you can get rid of fuckers who tell you otherwise. Well, like I said, you're gonna need a gun, motherfucker. Because I was told there's always a fight waiting for you. You just gotta be there waiting for it, motherfucker. Just leave people out of it. There'll be a fight for you. You might not win. You might not come out of it okay, but that's what you wanted. As for me, I'm just done. I'm just done with the same old bullshit every day. Having fuckers come through my music, having fuckers come through my fucking electronics, having fuckers come through just my everyday life, meeting me on the side of the fucking street and saying weird fucking shit to me. I'm done with that shit. I really am. So, again, this shit is not easy. It is not a fucking joke. Half the world doesn't know we exist over here or even takes acknowledgement into the existence of a people who exist outside of what they know. And they're already doing corporations, companies, and fucking their own indigenous people over just to even have those fucking things because even white people are making a fucking way for that shit. So I'm gonna fucking get this shit done, and you will probably won't even know it even happened. Because for me, when you can be sucked up into the fucking darkness and no one gives a shit because no one's there to see, it's a different thing to understand altogether. And that's how it is. Really, when you're fighting for indigenous rights, prepare for that. Whole fuckers have died in their houses, burnt up with their whole families, family of 5, in their house just for asking why. Fucking people died of weird car accidents where the other person wasn't in the car to be found. Fucking people were shot. A lot of suicides from what I hear, quote unquote. just for asking why we're treated like this. And this is the underground shit you can't find. Because you don't give a shit. But neither will I. Like I said, fucking, you'll just be something I fucking use. Like how these greedy ass white people think of all the people they fuck over. It's just, no, it's just something I'm just gonna fucking use and walk away from and look like I'm just a fucking best from and that nothing, my shit don't stink and that I'm just fucking great and no one fucking knows what I did and I'm just great. Fuck you. Because the thing is, I'd already control one of the biggest states in the whole fucking union. Just based on the fact their police have to report the same statistic without ever questioning why. And this is the biggest state. This is a national laboratory we're talking about. This is a place where not just anything is just around. Historically speaking, talking all kinds. But when it comes to modern day shit, the shit you guys want to know more about because you're fucking obviously biased and stuck up and shit. Yes, they got national laboratories, they got famous movie stars, they got mountains, they got all this shit here. And you know what? You don't give a shit. So that's as much as I'll leave you with that. So obviously, you're gonna try to kill me. I won't give a shit. I don't have to be nice about it, cause fucking, I've always been that fucker to try to remove a fucker from trying to kill me without killing them. I'm always that fucker. But don't get me wrong, fucker. There's always a time and place to fuck up for the first time. And if it's you, motherfucker, I won't give a shit. If you're trying to fucking kill me, motherfucker, I won't give a shit. Like I said, it's just an action. And you'll just be an outcome.